Okay, so if you had a breathing technique, what would it be?
Hyperventilating.
Is that like adrenaline then?
Yeah,
because he's getting more
it's
oxygen.
like what
in
he
his
did
brain?
in that one thing when he passed out, like because he stopped breathing,
Yeah.
but like a whole lot less productive.
So when I picture he's the burst damage character where he does a shit ton of damage right away, but then he passes out because he has no more.
He has one good hit.
Yeah.
And
That's
that's
it.
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's like if it
You
doesn't
better
work,
hit
oh well.
It just instantly dies. What about you?
Boy.
Water. Got it.
Yeah, water breathing.
I mean,
Those are
you
good
literally
choices.
breathed it in.
Yeah.
You really missed that. And he about damn near died.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it again.
Still dying.
still dying.
Still dying.
I was so enthralled with talking with Bob, I didn't even look out the corner of my eye.
I just see him go.
He's just
I'm
gone.
like, what's he doing? He was like trying to like bless somebody.
Yes.
Allah. You know,
That's my breathing technique.
to me, I still think the most fun is definitely the beast one.
I
Beast
sort of
breathing technique is great.
I can move my organs.
fuck you.
Dude, I don't like Zenitsu, but his lighting.
When he's asleep,
Fuck
he's
yeah.
a boss.
Fucking got to, dude.
Oh, yeah,
agree
he always
with
had
that,
like
I
the
agree with
little like bubble coming out of his
I like
mouth.
his ponytails.
Yeah. Fucking, he had the,
Just twin
had the blush
tails.
on.
Yeah.
Start the episode.
Welcome everybody to episode 56,
Or
where
sure.
we talk about breathing techniques in anime.
I thought you were getting like real weird with it for a second.
Breathing techniques.
Breathing techniques.
Breathe in. Breathe out.
Now just hold your breath and fight for about 10 minutes, and you'll see what happens.
Listen to the sound of my voice. Yeah.
And then we try to find Michael Jackson and his minions.
You didn't see Michael Jackson much in this season. I thought he
You saw him once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once when that
Yeah.
lady was getting like real weird with him.
She's like, oh,
She
master
wanted
loser.
Michael Jackson, dude.
She wanted
Who
the
doesn't?
the
Which
MJ
is even
dick.
weirder. Hey, can we talk about? We're talking about whatever in this
Yeah.
season, right? Real weird because her brother was inside her, right?
Right.
Like,
how does
so-
that work though?
I'm not really sure how they're like
How did that
one
happen?
demon, to be
Yeah.
honest, but they're like one demon.
Yeah.
But I
I know I read this, but like I don't know how it happened. Like I don't
But-
remember.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, it's been so long.
Yeah.
When the split happened, I was like, oh, I totally forgot this happens.
See, when the split happened, like I was paying attention, but I was like, "What happened? Like, where did this other guy come from?"
I was like, well, what twist?
But
yeah, I didn't expect that. This show's full of twists.
where did he come from technically? Like, did he just like spur out of her back?
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was like a malignant.
Oh, that's
yeah.
where your twin is like in the back of your
Yeah.
head.
See, what I think is bullshit about this, she could have killed everyone by herself if he just never came out. Because they were like, we can't kill her. She's impossible to kill. We decapitate her 200 times.
No, because I think you decapitate her and then you just bring her body to the sun.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
that
could have
sounds
done it that
She
way.
was
Yeah.
also like just kind of sitting there like crying for like 10 minutes.
My head.
Yeah, I mean, she like went full little kid mode.
Yeah, but she's able to get back to her body.
Eventually,
Yeah.
after she got over.
Oh, I thought her brother fucking glued that bitch back on.
He
Oh,
did.
Yeah, but there's parts where like the tentacle wrappings helped her in parts where it yanked her back. Remember, her body was trying to chase her head at the one point.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, when he
So-
was fucking football carrying it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fucking body's just like, fuck this, I'm going after it too. So I'm like, there's
wonder
parts
if
where
it's
she could
'cause
just do that.
That was like when she had like the third eye, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When she was like,
I wonder if
Because
that
she was
like,
using.
Super Saiyan mode.
Yeah, I wonder if that was her Super Saiyan mode.
If
No
you're listening
problem.
to
She has
this,
to, like,
we're talking
'cause her
about
brother
Demon
lost
Slayer
her.
season 2.
Yeah, we're-
Just in case.
Yeah.
What,
just
season
lost.
3.
Is it season 2?
was it?
Season 3.
Is this because the train?
Thank you.
They made that into a season.
Season 2,
confusingly.
But they're
Core
calling, but
2.
they're calling the next one season 3.
That makes no sense.
This is part 2 of season
They made
2.
the movie
This is part 2 of season 2.
part 2 season.
This
2.
is
The
core of
movie
season
is,
2 of
Is it
Demon
like
Slayers.
an offshoot
Yeah.
season? What
Yes.
would you classify that as?
What?
The fucking train arc. I don't know
It's
why
a movie.
It's a movie.
But they turned it into a series.
It's because they ran out of time of like, oh shit, we gotta make a TV
Split
show.
this bitch up.
Let's
Yeah.
just cut this up into pieces.
I remember I saw that.
We'll add a couple little things here and there.
Is that
and-
you know how you make the
Wait, did they actually
the egg
have
rolls?
that? Fuck, I didn't see.
Like the Japanese ones
nothing
or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. You have the whole egg, and they're like, let me just pa 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 pa.
Mm-hmm.
And you put a little seasonings to
You
make it
saw
look better.
Babe the fucking like 2-3
Yeah,
episodes.
they're just like, yeah. In the first and last episode, is just little salt.
dude.
That's what they did.
So, like, should we start from the beginning or just like talk about what we think about it?
We can start with the. Let's kind of go in somewhat of an order, but we can just kind of randomly go. It doesn't fully matter.
So would you count the beginning where Tanjiro talks to the dude's dad?
Oh, fireman.
Yeah.
Was that part of like the?
Or is that the end of season
That happened.
2,
That
part
was
1?
that happened in this season we are talking
Yes.
about.
Yes.
Yes.
It was episode 1.
That's what we're
Okay.
talking about, basically this season.
I feel. I mean, it's obviously more tied to the previous arc than the future arc.
Which I don't know why they didn't just add that. Like, maybe add another episode to the Mugen Train arc and just be finished with that arc. It felt weird. It basically felt like if I bought this as like a DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, I'd be like, what is this weird added thing that, maybe I needed to watch this about?
Yeah.
It just felt
Well, then again,
very-
you're not starting from there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like how it ended though. Like he dies, and then he's just like, "I'm useless," and we let him die, and then it ends right,
Yeah.
and then it started with him trying to come to terms with him dying and trying to learn the
fire breathing
fire
technique.
shit, yeah,
Get buff as fuck.
I totally
which
forgot
ties
about.
to that season.
I totally forgot about this was added to it because it felt so much happened towards the end that I almost forgot
What the beginning of the season was?
The calm before the storm of
Yeah.
episodes like 1 through like 4.
Didn't even feel like 11. It felt a lot longer than 11 episodes.
It felt
So
shorter to
much
me.
shit
it
happened.
And like they like
it
like
just,
I was like
boom, 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 boom.
constantly like enthralled for the whole episode. It wasn't like I never looked at my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Sundays I'm like, I'm 9 o'clock, I'm ready, it's about to come out.
I'm like, let's go.
I blasted.
I mean,
on-
it's one of the. I think it's one of the first times in a long time where I can. Well, I mean, I guess it was this show, Dress Up Darling, but like it's the first time in a long time where like I'll simulcast a show and be like ready for the moment the episode drops.
Dude, that was me. I started with my Dress Up Darling.
It's so good.
Right, love that show. And then I started with Demon Slayer, and then ended with Attack on Titan on a Sunday. And you're just like cliffhangers after cliffhangers every week.
Every week,
Dude, you're just blue balled.
Yeah, every week.
perpetually.
Perpetually blue.
I
ball.
forgot what this felt like.
Yeah.
From back in
After every fight, you're just like nut a little bit, and then again, it's like next week.
next week we good.
Man, you must have had issue with Demon Slayer because Demon Slayer this season became like after I'd say episode 8 was Dragon Ball of just like we're gonna have fight scene after fight scene after fight scene.
I think
There's
that,
no
I-
breathing.
But they
that's
weren't
from,
dragged
like,
out though.
No, yes.
I think that's almost like from. It's like episode 4. Like episode 5 is just like when it starts.
So episode 1 you had all the stuff, basically the closure to the movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Closure to movie.
And then
yeah.
episode 2 you dealt with
You meet the one guy,
you meet the one
What's
guy
his
and then
name?
him
I don't know.
the
reheal.
Hashira, the
Yeah.
flashy man,
The flashy man.
The guy with 3 wives.
The guy with 3 wives. I remember that when he grabbed the one girl. She was just like, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
He's like, you're coming with me.
Yeah.
This guy.
This guy, the audacity of this man.
This man.
But so you had that, you had him leave, and there was like 3 was them
Well, it was.
starting.
Well, he was like, well, now there's a demon in here, so you're gonna pretend you're a girl. You're gonna sell you
Oh
out.
my
I'm
God, that
gonna be
was
your
so
pimp.
She's really good at cleaning.
Pimp them or just sell them?
I
Like
think sell 'em.
wholesale,
Just
sell 'em.
wholesale.
Yeah,
Wholesale,
that's
yeah.
what. Like he wasn't like
Dude.
they just were owned by that place.
Dude, there's some good deals though. If you got
What?
fucking what's his name, Tanjiro,
Yeah.
best girl, man. He took care of everything.
Inosuke was best girl.
What
Just
are you
by
talking-
looks.
Oh no, but I'm talking about like
What-
usefulness, dude. He cleaned up like everything.
I remember the owners
She's
were
like, I want
you,
more stuff.
You already cleaned it, bro. Shit. What else is there to do?
She may be ugly, but
That took like 2 episodes around there.
Yeah.
And then
they were looking for the
Yeah.
like it smells like.
but I think like at the
here.
end
Man
of
in the
like the
wall.
end of that one. Like,
I'm gonna look up
like
the names if I can.
I think end of 4 into 5 is just when it starts going. And it's when the snowball drops. And now it's picking up and picking up and picking up and picking up. And
Yeah,
it
because Zenitsu finds her, and then he gets fucked up, and then Inosuke's like, "I smell her. I know she's here," because they find the wife. Because
Yep.
I guess they're kidnapped.
Yep. And then from there it just snowballs. It just goes, and then and then the rest of the show is a fight.
Like Tanjiro fighting, it was awesome, and then he goes into like God mode.
Yeah,
it was like,
it was
bro.
so cool.
And then the fights got better.
And they just keep getting better.
It just kept going. It just kept
animation
going.
got
It just
better.
kept going.
It's just snowball.
UFO table is just like, there's all this money. UFO table. Fuck, man. Like, okay. I mean, we've talked about this, right?
We haven't.
And no, I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about, Eddie.
like, no, we're thinking of like the movie, right? I think I'm the movie, and I remember the fight scenes, and you know, we've laid our criticisms, we've said what we had. This season, to me, like if this whole overall thing was filmed, I'm like, this is infinitely better.
It's the best one so far.
Infinitely
By
better.
the way, this is technically part 2 of core 2.
No, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we were saying.
I'm looking it up. It's stupid that
So this is
the train arc is considered season 2.
yeah.
season 2.
Because I'm looking it up and it's like, yeah, we're trying. They fell asleep in episode 3. I'm like, on the train. I'm like, what the fuck? That doesn't count.
But-
Piece of shit. Sorry, keep going.
But I mean, it's like this because this season just kept compounding. Like the fights felt dope. You didn't have like the weird ass CGI like the movie did with like the
tentacles.
and shit. It was just
I don't know. The little sashes were a little weird, but
a little bit. But I think
But the
they're
sashes I
they're
thought
not
were fine.
they're not like liquidy.
yeah.
You know, it's like a flat thing that
Yeah.
you're okay with.
So it looked better.
But it looked better, and this is very much more like very hard. You know, you're not fighting on a CGI train either.
Yeah.
You know, but like these fights were just so good. It just kept getting.
They were so pretty.
Yeah, it was so nice. Obviously, this show, like every shonen, suffers from like what was the shonen syndrome, the idea of like I can't keep going,
Yeah.
but I keep going, and then have that happen 5 different times.
What are you talking about?
Tanjiro didn't keep going.
Just like Dragon Ball Z, they had to go power up a little bit more, and then we move on to the next fight scene.
See, the difference is Tanjiro powered up, and then he was useless the whole time. He was like, I used all my energy.
He looks so bad after.
Yeah. And then Nezuko just,
I couldn't look at
The
his
bear.
fingers. I hated whenever they showed his
when
fingers. I'm like, stop showing that.
like,
Yeah,
rub
right,
the
okay.
fingers.
He's like, fuck it. Remind me of My Hero when Deku breaks his fingers in the
Oh.
beginning and they're all fucked, and I'm like, ugh.
I don't like that.
so, you know, he killed the rank 6
Yeah.
Yeah.
demon.
Yes.
Does he get promoted?
Well, do they
Instantly?
all get promoted? Because they
Shh, that's next
all
season.
killed.
No. He cut the head.
They all cut the head off of rank 6.
For a second, Bob, I'm like, is this a trick question?
This is
Are
like
you,
a trick
are you,
question.
are you trying to bait me?
You think I don't know?
You think I don't know?
2 heads.
No spoilers.
Three people.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a lot of heads.
So if it's 2 heads, do you get half a rank up? Or do you
Yeah,
get
do
full
you get the
rank up?
full? Do everyone get
Well,
a
the
full?
issue is since both of them, there's 2 people cutting off the heads at the same time.
Uh-huh.
There's 3.
What?
There's 3
Tanjiro
people.
cuts the head off.
Of the dude.
Yeah.
Off the brother.
And then Inosuke and Zenitsu cut the other one.
Yeah, but what's his name helped on the fucking cutting the head off the main demon
He
too.
helped.
Yeah,
But
it's
he
the same
wasn't
shit.
cut- He wasn't
So
cutting
held
the
it.
head.
He
There's
held
four.
it.
Ah, fuck you guys.
It doesn't
He
count,
held
dude.
it. You
It's
didn't-
Either way.
like, it's like saying, I'm going to hold you while I shoot him. Who gets the kill? I get the kill. 'Cause I shot
No,
him.
no, you didn't kill assist.
I held the guy
I get
down.
the satisfaction.
Anyway. No, but I still think, you get a quarter ranking because you have to split it 4 ways.
Well, they have like what?
That dude's retiring. though.
He's
They
retiring.
He's
So
not
they have
gonna
like
get
2. They have like 2 spots open, right? Is what they said at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
One of them
Rengoku dies,
Yeah.
and then
Spoilers.
him. How's that fucking spoilers? Who hasn't watched that movie at this point?
Why are you watching this podcast if you haven't watched this movie?
This is after that movie.
Spoilers.
That is it. That is the beginning of this season.
Dude, imagine being that guy, like, I'm going to watch the show whenever it's completely done.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch.
You got a long way to
There's
go.
Yeah.
people that do that, though.
God, disgusting.
Because I'm thinking about it. Okay, I'm thinking. This is my prediction of how long it's gonna take.
5 years.
There's gonna no. There's gonna
How many
maybe.
episodes?
From
There's
now?
gonna be
Yeah.
There's gonna be one more core for season 3, because I think you can fit that whole arc
Wait.
in a 12 episode season.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be a 24 season, like a 24 episode one, and a film.
Yeah.
And that's how I think it's going to go.
You think so?
Yes. Or they just throw all of it into like 3 films. They go.
Or they do like
the,
4 seasons.
They go the Heaven's Feel route. Or they do it a season
movie.
I think it's gonna
a season per.
I think it's gonna be a season per because they're gonna be like, we can milk this out.
Because if that's the case,
no, dude, that's what
you're thinking about another like 6 seasons.
They're gonna do a movie and then recap season, the new content.
If I see any recaps again, I will fucking flame Demon Slayer. We only got 1 recap season. And it's fucking done of the Mugen Train.
I was so confused when I saw it coming out. I had no idea what the fuck was happening. I'm like, why is this a movie? Why is the movie coming out again?
Well, I mean, I remember when we saw the announcement, right? We're like, oh, Entertainment District doesn't start till December.
I guess not watching Demon Slayer until then.
Yep, exactly. It's like, well.
Well, should I watch the train again? Nah, I already saw it once.
There is. We'll wait for Entertainment District and keep going.
Maybe that's why.
It's not like we haven't read it either. That's why I'm like, if I'm going to watch it, I want to watch it the one
Maybe
time.
that's why they waited. Like, bro, we're going to make this season super good. Make it look amazing. We're going to take a 12-week break.
Well, I think it's a mixture.
work on it.
It's a mixture of that and them, milking it for another DVD. Like, look, you can own
the movie
and the season. Or you can watch this collector's edition where it comes with just the 20 extra minutes of the extra scene.
Imagine you could just watch it all at once. Just sit there for like 4 days.
And just binge Demon Slayer.
I would say the first one's long, 26, right? First season,
like
24.
24, something like that.
So we're at... Was it 28 altogether, or 27 because this is 11 episodes?
And like I said, like I feel realistically speaking, we're thinking I'm thinking probably another 36.
That's not horrible.
Would you get a big titty Nezuko statue?
Yes.
Like
a figure.
Would you, Eddie?
For the podcast, easily.
I'd be tempted.
I'd be tempted too, I guess. I'd be the only one. Like, what scale?
1-to-1.
1-7.
1-7, okay. I can go 1-7.
1-to-1.
1-to-1.
Can you imagine
6
my
foot
fucking my family walking into my room? Uncle Chad, please don't. I put a towel over it. Don't look at it.
No, dude. I'm trying to get it delivered in the giant box, and he's like, "Ken, what the fuck is
You know what
this?"
would be fucked up? That's go to my grandma's house probably. I remember like when
Grandma, can you
COVID
bring
got
it
over
inside?
and they finally let Good Smile start sending shit. Like my grandma, she's like, she got like 10 packages and they're all in Japanese. And I'm like, oh, no, I'll be over there, Grandma. Don't worry about it. Don't open them.
This one makes sounds. It talks to me.
What do you know what it's saying? You don't know what it's saying.
This one's soft.
It says Uni.
Oni-chan. What's this Oni-chan?
It'd be worse if my sister found that. My sister lives with my grandma. If my sister texted me that, I'd jump off a building. That'd be it. I'd literally just like, see you, bro.
If your sister texted you Oni-chan?
Also jump off a building.
I feel like I would have to punish her in some way for doing this to me. I don't know. Not that way. Like in a violent, non-sexual way.
I've seen where this usually goes.
You sick fuck.
You should remind me of something.
It's a hentai?
No, it's complete sidetrack. So I'll
We'll talk about it later.
Off camera.
Going back to Demon Slayer. It was interesting, definitely to see Nezuko grow up really quickly.
Oh, just get real big.
Too bad Zenitsu was asleep and didn't get to see
he
that.
didn't get to see it.
so weird.
He doesn't know the true power.
Dude, she's so OP.
Strong as shit.
She could have just finished the battle real quick.
Killed everybody else. But
Yeah,
that'd
she
be
would have
fine.
ate everybody.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Imagine if she actually ate someone to regain her powers. You know how strong she would be?
Wicked strong.
OP.
She could fight Michael Jackson 1v1.
Dude, what if Tanjiro also becomes a demon and then they just fusion
We go like this.
Yeah.
Just complete the Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I really hope that doesn't happen.
Oh no! He takes off his earring and he gives it to his sister, right? And then they fuse. That's how it works.
That's how they fuse through earrings.
Yeah.
Little dance. Why can't
They do that in Dragon Ball. He's just like,
I know.
Oh,
I know.
I forgot.
That's what they do. That's why.
I forgot.
Yes, that's what that. It would be crazy if that's what happens.
Muzan wouldn't
Bob.
stand a chance.
He wouldn't stand a chance.
I guess we'll never know.
I like the condescending asshole attitude that he's got. He's like, I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it.
No, we're beaming.
Of course you are.
We are.
I hope
Sure.
to God you are.
I guess you're gonna find out.
I guess you're gonna find out.
5 years you're gonna get your ass kicked. Either way. Give me a second.
Have you lied to me now? You spoiled it.
You do.
Well, if he doesn't spoil it, it's not. It's basically saying the same thing. You spoiled it by saying it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. So I know that's not.
Thanks,
gonna happen.
asshole. Fucking
You
prick.
suck.
That's why we don't.
I guess that.
I guess.
He mentioned it.
Well, we
Yeah,
like
but
Bob.
then you went with the condescending asshole attitude, like, yeah, it's definitely not that.
Because it's not.
Spoilers. Nezuko doesn't become cool. She dies. That's what he just said. in his face.
Oh.
That's what he said.
That's exactly what I said.
See?
That's
See?
I'm
exactly.
pretty tilted
Sorry,
right
guys.
now. I'm so tilted right now. Why'd you do this, Eddie? Look at what you made Forrest do.
I have to spoil the ending.
But which one of the wives was the better one?
Oh fuck.
Which one of the wives?
Oh fuck.
I liked it at the end when he was dying and his one wife was shaking him, and he's like, I'm not even gonna be able to say
My final words.
They're all yelling at each other.
You do so I'm gonna go.
She's just freaking out, shaking him.
I
He's just
loved-
sitting there dying.
I loved how they were all counterparts of the three main characters.
Shit, yeah, you're right.
I thought it was so funny when when you see them in the manga, you're like, this is just they're the main characters.
But women.
They're the gender fit versions of the main characters. The main one's like Tanjiro. She's like,
That was the best
Zenitsu.
one.
She's pretty great.
She's pretty great.
The worst
And the other
one's
one's like
screaming
Zenitsu.
one.
Yeah.
Just like Zenitsu.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Worst character.
But Sleepy Zenitsu is pretty
Yeah,
dope.
thank God he was
Sleeping?
asleep for.
Dude, I was waiting for him to wake up at some point and be like, oh shit. Like
was-
he's gonna go for the kill like last minute and he wakes up, he's like, what am I doing?
But no.
Like, no, you wasted
It
your
was pretty
power.
funny at the end when he woke up. He's like, my legs are fucking broken. What the fuck happened?
Whatever.
Why am I here?
Why is everything exploding?
Oh shit.
I hate him as a character, but he's so strong. It's,
Yeah, to a certain degree, I do feel like he makes it up for himself. He gets better. He's still the worst character, but he's slowly
You know, it
kind of
doesn't
becomes better.
matter. You have two god tier characters
yeah.
and then him. That's the issue.
Yep.
But I don't know. I thought this one was interesting to see all the different power ups basically everyone got.
Yeah.
Because you get to see more of Inosuke's, like, definitely his beast form out of, like, he can move his organs constantly.
Weird.
I like how he's wearing a mask, right? And he's just like
Blood spoots out of it. My favorite's the scene where he's fighting the girl. He's like, I'm going to use my strongest beast form. And I don't remember the name of it, but where he's just running straight for her. No, he's just running straight for her, and everything's going around him. He's like, fuck it.
she's like, she's just coming at me.
He's just coming at me. He's not trying to die.
My favorite. Oh, you can't come in with that. Joke's on you.
Cheese shredder.
I got muda with swords.
It's just fun. I mean, it's just a fun show. It just is.
Because I'll say I'm not a big fan of shonens because at this point, how many have we seen? And I'm kind of tired of watching. Oh no, I'm gonna lose. Oh no, look at this power that came out of my asshole. You're like, cool. Yeah, I saw this again. But this show does it where it's not constantly that, and if it does, it's not like over the top. But then it has so many good over the top moments in character development, or character comedy, which I think makes up for it. Which to me, a lot of shows don't have that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think that's why this show, in my opinion, just balances.
This season was so much dirtier than the other ones. Because it'll be just like action, and then just like the derpy drawing.
Yeah, always at the end. Yeah.
Well, to me, it was also like well placed. Like when they would do the comedy almost, because you'd have all the, like you said, basically episode 4 to 11 or to 10 was constant fighting, serious battles. But then it would have like heartfelt moments or just random comedy moments that were needed to help.
It breaks like the little bit of levity just breaks. Like you can't just have,
You don't want to be puckering the whole
just go
11 episodes.
But I do.
You just go straight. You go straight Parasite, where the entire time, like your asshole is just perpetually clenched.
I wasn't able to shit for like 3 days after that movie. It was just like, no.
So I mean, and it's shonens just do that. That's just normal. That's a normal shonen thing, right? It's like to break it up with comedy and stuff. I mean, even if you take the most extreme version of that, things like like One Punch Man or stuff like that, it's just something that's in it. It's part of what makes it fun.
That's probably why I like the show, because
Yeah.
it reminds me of like One Punch Man or something like that, where the comedy is well placed, well timed. And
It's just fun. I mean, this is also one of those ones, like, as a person who kind of like, reads a lot of things, right? But this is like one of those moments, and this show is definitely one where like I love watching the show because it's one of those rare moments where it just enhances what the manga was. Because the manga is okay. It's good.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's not famous for amazing art or stuff that, right? Technically, it's more derpy than not over the course of it. And what this show just did is just took that and just elevated it into this place. And now that's probably why it's as famous as it is.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, other than that, the manga's good, but it's not outstanding. It's not amazing.
So you're saying, would this show be as popular or as good if the animation was average?
No. It'd be lost.
Like, I'm going to bring it, like, I'm not shitting on it, but, like, would you say this show would be as popular if it was, say, like, My Hero animation style? Where My Hero doesn't have the super over-the-top scenes. There is moments, I will say, but it's not like this season was just Table at its one of its finest.
I mean,
I don't know if it's a fair comparison, because My Hero is more like, it's easier for the Western media to digest it.
because superheroes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It depends. I think it would get lost until you get into the later parts where obviously some more
Story finally takes over.
animation budget and stuff would come into.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of, because in my head a good comparison would be like we'll say like Black Clover.
Yeah.
Where the beginning of it loses a lot of people because it's not like it's amazing, but then you get near the end and when story beats pay off.
Well, I'd argue this show had that already.
Yeah.
Because first season, if we go to that,
Well, the very beginning of first season.
it was
It's
just
rough.
basic. It's rough.
But it still has those moments where you're like, oh, you could see the potential in like the higher grade animation because it's still UFO Table.
Yeah.
Right. But like, it's not, I feel like if UFO Table wasn't the one who did it, it probably would have get just lost amongst
You don't
the
see
many shonen.
Ufu Table esque animation until you get to that one house with like the boom.
Oh yeah, no. That's when you like really feel it.
Yeah.
But you do still see it like in the sword movements with like the water and stuff.
Yeah. It's clean animation, but it's not like something we haven't
Oh no,
seen
it's
before.
it's not balls to the wall until you get to like that first.
It's
house.
not like, wow, this is amazing. I'm gonna keep watching. It's kind of like, oh, it's another show.
Yeah, because to me, I didn't watch it for like probably a year because I don't watch shonens in general like much. I watched maybe the first 2 seasons and I just burn out of it.
Yeah.
And this show, like I remember binging the first thing and it was just like, wow, this, like you guys said, this in the beginning was a little slow, but it picked up so heavily that it was just like, oh, this is something I even would rate as like a 9 or a 10. And
I was simulcasting it and I dropped it at like episode 5. And then weeks later, Eddie's like, yo, episode 19. I'm like, yeah, right.
19.
Right,
I gotta watch
yeah,
19
my ass.
episodes. The
19.
fucking.
And then I watched it, I think 2020. I'm like, it's pretty good.
And it just gets better. That's the beautiful thing of it. It's like one of those. It just builds. It just gets
Didn't
better.
you drop it when it first came out, or were you one of the first ones that finished it?
I remember I watched the first episode, and I didn't really like the way it looked, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then I didn't watch anything. And then I remember like me and Connor were looking for something to watch, and I was scrolling through r/anime. So I was like the top anime.
Oh yeah.
On all of them. Like, shit, it must be pretty good. And then I think we like binge watched it. It was still airing.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It was still airing.
So you're probably one of the first that finished it out of us.
I'm not sure. When the fuck did it even?
No, it's probably about the same time. Because I mean,
It's like 2018, 2019.
unless you caught up before I did. Because the way it was is I don't think I even started it for a while. I mean, it was probably in that period where I wasn't really watching anything anyway. And then I think when that started. And I mean, I think I saw a clip of like the house. This was even before 19.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then 19 came out, and I was like, oh. And then from there, I just fucking caught up like within that week.
We definitely started watching before 19. I remember watching.
So you're
that
probably
when
about
that,
the
I
same
remember
time.
like
About
I
the
remember
same
when
time.
that came out.
Yeah.
I was like,
Because I think I did what Bob did. I watched the first 3, and I'm like, it's just basic, shonen. People are gonna say it's good, and I don't
I feel like
care.
we were even talking about it. I'm trying to remember.
Because I know one of us at one point said, "This is an amazing show. We all have to watch it."
It's probably this guy. I'd imagine it's him.
Or Eric or Josh.
I think.
Because I think almost all of us, the 3 of us, like started it all about the same time. Because it was one of those shows that we just didn't fully
care.
Get into, or maybe not. I don't know, man. Fuck, dude. Eric probably started from the beginning. I have
Probably. Yeah.
I could see
maybe
that.
Josh did as well. I don't know, or he didn't watch it until Eric told him to. So
it's normal either way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how that worked. I just remember starting it when it was already still probably more than halfway through already.
Yeah.
And then just binging through it and being like, fuck.
Come on, it was only like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
It's also at the time, like I don't know if I paid attention who made it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I don't think I did.
I didn't pay attention until you guys started talking about it.
And then it wasn't until after I started binging it that I'm like, oh, this is Ufotable. I'm like,
I watched it because of Ufotable. I'm like, this looks pretty, but then the story didn't get me. It's just like it's boring.
Makes sense. Like every shonen at the beginning.
Yeah.
Mostly. Usually. Sometimes.
It's definitely when I started it the second time, I definitely liked it a lot more. When I watched that first episode again. Yeah. I'm not sure if it was because I was half paying attention to it or whatever reason threw me off, but I liked it a lot better after watching it again.
Yeah. And I'll say, for me, the first watch through, like the first 3 episodes, it just felt so basic.
Well, it's normal.
It's like when he was in the mountains, right?
Yeah.
I like the first episode, and then after that, it's kind of just him in his like training arc.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, bro, you haven't even fought anything.
Well, now I've always had that issue with this show. Like I had this issue with the training arc.
Yeah.
Where obviously the demon they fight in that is super powerful, but you almost had nothing to scale it off of.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, dude, you're one of our strongest guys just died, and you're like, was he the strongest? How do I know this? He fought one thing.
Yeah.
So there's no banana to scale it off of. So I couldn't like tell. That was my major issue with the demon, the train arc. I didn't feel bad that he died because I didn't know the power levels of things.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, this one helped me a lot with that.
Yeah.
Because you felt with 2 demons, you had the 3 main characters plus this high level demon slayer, and you can kind of judge the power scale now. They finally added a banana to help me understand the show.
Yeah. And
Rengoku was one of the strongest ones.
But how do we know he fought one thing?
That's all you needed to see. Dude.
He lost.
He was number 3.
But he lost.
Yeah, he lost.
well,
yeah, but it's like saying
he fought number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like saying I fought the strongest thing, and then you fight a number 300 demon. And
That's
because
that's because Rengoku is the banana for scale.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you don't realize it until you get past the first demon.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you compare number 3 demons with the other ones you've seen in the show, like this is for sure. This is a strong dude.
This guy's OP.
The guy is OP. Like, look at he has fucking demon arts and shit.
Yeah.
He immediately recovers. This other demon is just like, I'm hurt. And it take a few minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm good now.
No, I agree with that, but it's still
like, and I think I mentioned this when we talked about Mugen Train, is I feel like Mugen Train becomes better the further you get in the series, because I feel like Mugen Train is it's a turning point.
Yeah.
You're after the high of the arc before it, where Tanjiro does the crazy shit that happens in episode 19. Like, you're over that hump, and then you realize the brick wall that comes after.
Yeah.
And that's what it's supposed to be. And I said, and I think I said when I mentioned it, it's kind of hard to see that. Like, you can still appreciate it when you first watch it, but it's still kind of okay.
Yeah.
But the further you get along, the further you realize how important that turn was. And then you're like, oh, I can go back and appreciate it a lot more.
I just didn't feel like that showed me how hard the brick wall was.
Oh, yeah.
Because they said you had two super strong things fighting each other, but you couldn't.
It's hard. It's hard to tell. I mean, there's always a problem. Like, anime runs into this problem the same way a Hollywood movie does, right? Yeah. And it's always with fight scenes. It's the idea like where is the drama, or like where is the story progression in a fight between like gods? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like the, I guess if you take like Man of Steel, for instance, it's Superman versus Zod, right? Yeah. Where they're just fucking flying around, blowing up buildings, and and until eventually it's just a hand-to-hand fight and then a snap of the neck, right?
Yep.
But everything leading up until that point of the fight, that last point of the fight, is almost useless because there's no sense of scale.
Yeah.
You don't know what the caps are of these people and stuff. They're fucking gods fighting against each other. And anime runs into the same problem to a certain degree. Yeah.
I think, like, even going back looking at the other arc now, it's fine.
Yeah.
The only issue I have, I guess, still is the animation of the train, but that is a personal drawback.
Yeah.
This season definitely was like, fuck it, you gave me all this money because we're the top movie of all time, number one.
It's the best anime movie of all time.
Yeah, sorry, and then they just slapped that wallet down and said, here, we're gonna put 12 episodes or 11 episodes with all this money you gave us. And then they smacked us with the rest of it.
Yeah, basically. It was great. And I'm excited, I'm excited just to see where it goes and how they top it. Because I mean, you can't peak here. We got to peak later.
I'm gonna say if it peaks here, I'm gonna be depressed.
I'm gonna be sorely depressed.
Because imagine this is the number one fight against Demon number 6 in 6 quarters.
Fuck, that'd be sad. That'd be a sad day. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like, obviously, the hype for the series is gonna just keep carrying it, right? Even if we go into the next arc and it turns out to be slower, and what it is, which
it's like what Attack on Titan did. Like, obviously there has to be story. It can't just be like, we go from one town to next town, we slay, and we move on.
We're gonna go fight number 5 immediately
after.
I just picture them like they're all beat up and bloody. They're just running through town. Who's 5? Who's 5? We got next season to go.
I got it. And I mean, like, hopefully, the hope, right, is when the next season comes. And it might not like reach this level of what it is. No, like, and if it doesn't reach like that place, because the story just doesn't take it that way, it doesn't like lose a lot of that momentum.
Because because I haven't read it.
Yeah.
My personal guess, don't say anything.
I ain't say anything.
Is that it's basically going to be healing into training arc to learn how to fully maximize their power. Definitely like him learning the water and fire breathing techniques and be able to put them together without instantly dying on the battlefield.
Yeah. He's definitely got to heal. They did that for the last one too.
They barely did that one almost.
Kind of, sort of. They also had
but it still takes time depending on how bad the injuries are.
They got to go into the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah. They got to train.
They got to go into 100 gravity.
And I mean, I don't think it's super spoilery when the next arc is called the Sword Village arc. I mean,
I don't know, entertainment district arc. You're like, what's this? Hookers?
Dude,
there was some hookers.
There was hookers.
No cocaine.
We got a lot of tits and ass in this season.
Dude, there was so much.
NEZUKO.
That was the weird thing I did. I got Nezuko's transformation when it just zoomed in on her chest and just. I'm like, what's happening?
Peak anime.
Like go to chest to butt or something.
Yeah, like, what's going on?
Anime.
Imagine you're the animator. You're like,
This is like when I
It's
had
like,
like
hey,
my
sir,
finger
you-
on the pause button. I'm like, any fucking second.
He's
I'm
like,
the fucking
who's the
board
best out of this department? This guy? You are in charge.
of tits and ass.
You know what it reminds me
It's like
of?
a storyboard.
It's a fun little anecdote. There is a scene in the original Cowboy Bebop with Faye, and she's wearing like a low cut dress,
No.
and like the movements that like everything she does and everything, it's like all of this is hand drawn, and I think they said one of the animators' wives came and wore, and that's what their like model was. And they had her like do different movements and poses and stuff. And then so when you watch the show, you're like, this is a realistic. And that is why this scene reminds me of.
I pictured like the storyboard. You know how storyboards are normally just kind of like shitty sketches, and it's just like it's two pictures. It's just like circle tits, circle ass. It's like, what are those?
Boom.
That's all we're doing. Make it bigger.
Make it bigger.
Emphasis.
It's like a freaking Yoko Taro being like, so we're gonna allocate 90% of the polygons to 2B's ass. What about the rest of the game? No.
We're not worried about that.
We're not worried about that.
This is the game.
What do you think people are buying this for?
This is the we can rip their hearts out and step on them and make them cry later, but this is gonna put butts in seats.
That's why it's 2B. No, but.
Yeah.
Or you flip the B and it's like. No,
There you go.
It should have been 2D.
What?
2Ds. No, you know,
I don't understand the. I don't.
double Ds.
See.
I see. I understand now.
Well, head out.
Anyway, this arc I think's obviously the
was
best
great.
of
That was fun. I loved it.
all three,
But-
whatever you want to consider it.
I mean, it's been a while since I've like watched the show and just been hyped.
It was the flashiest
I
season.
thought, yeah, I forgot anime can actually be good. I thought it was just like a bunch of trash I watch all the time, and I'm like, I'm not even having fun anymore.
Like I will say, this season, like season of anime,
Yeah.
is really. I think the season's really good.
Is there? I'm
Well-
only
well,
watching 2 shows.
I think the shows that are really good
Are really good.
really good. And then everything else is just straight trash.
Yeah.
This is really bad.
Because in my opinion, it's like
There's
well,
nothing mid.
Yeah, that's it. Everything's either it's like if you look at the rankings or the numbers, it's like all 8s for 4 shows and then like 6 or 7, and you're like, eh. So
Yeah,
that's
last
what
season had a lot of mid-grade stuff, like the Cosmonaut Vampire, and
that was last season.
yeah, I'm saying last
Oh,
season
yeah, yeah.
did. Yeah,
I felt like last season had a lot of stuff you could just watch.
yeah.
And
It wasn't
fine.
like like that's what we're doing.
It's like an action,
shows from
like,
last
like an
season.
action movie where it's like, oh, I can shut my brain off and watch it
just
and
watch
be
it.
entertained.
Background, yeah.
This
Shut my
one,
brain. I have to read.
yeah, I have to read all this shit.
You can't
Dude,
just
you have
can't shut your brain off and read.
No.
you haven't watched enough anime that you just understand like a third of what they're saying and be like, I got this.
It has to be like one of the romance ones because it's just like
When they just say
normal
the-
dialogue
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like I'm gonna go get some water and like,
like
I know
normal
what they
romance
said.
where like, oh, Nichan, you're like, oh, I know what's going on here. I've
So
seen this.
boring.
Bad
1,000
things are
times.
going on.
I know. Tasquete. Voltaire, man.
Oh yeah, Connor, we gotta watch that. I forgot. I can't. Well, I'm terrified.
Gotta find it uncensored.
Yeah,
It's
Uncle
getting-
Chad's gonna
it's
walk
getting
downstairs
interesting.
and be like, "Oh, what are you guys doing?" And I'm not gonna eject the PS4 fast enough. And he's gonna come
All
down
I
there.
picture, he's like, Cam's sitting there with his phone, and he's like, "What do?" He just throws the phone at the TV just to break the screen.
You
You're
don't
like,
go in your
"No."
room or Conrad's and you just watch it there.
No, we go downstairs.
The couch. Or the,
It will like. You gotta. There's a lot of situations. So my room. There's a bar too downstairs. So
Yeah,
you can-
yeah.
Usually, what happens, like I see something that tilts me so hard, I gotta like try to kill the brain cells immediately.
yeah,
So I go over there and
start.
Take
so
a
that's
shot.
a factor in there. But I think they hear things less downstairs than they would hear from my room because the hallway, the stairs going down. Because I always sleep on the couch because they hate us. But so you sleep on the couch and like my room just kind of funnels all the audio downstairs.
What you gotta do
It doesn't
is
help.
just-
I also have a sound bar now too. So,
Yeah.
So that fucking subwoofer starts kicking. And
So
it's
when
just
they
like-
moan, you can hear the whole house shake.
You gotta get some Turtle Beaches or what?
I'm gonna get Connor a pair of Turtle Beaches. That's even weirder when he comes downstairs wearing headphones, watching pornography.
Doesn't hear him.
You didn't even hear him. You didn't even hear him coming down. It's just the.
And him pitching a tent. I'm just sitting there on the couch like this, and it's just full fucking. Connor's just across the lane, sitting there, like.
Nah, not even. You just see Uncle Chad from like the side eye. He's just like.
I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably just try to snap my neck and shove it.
It's almost like when you were fucking watching Red Line and my dad in the van, and he's just like. Nice.
I told you that, right?
No, I don't know that.
Yeah, I was just, I watched anime in the van, and I was watching Red Line, the movie, and there's just one scene in it where there's tits. I'm just sitting there just watching them, like, tits pop up. I look back, I'm like, is he awake? He's like, nice. I'm like, he's awake.
It's like that time when,
just like, nice.
Is it from last season?
So
Ghost Girl, I forgot the name of it.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Oh.
Mariko-chan or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Fucking EJ and his girlfriend came over for Sunday dinner, and it was last episode. And there was like a lot of fan service
in
at
the
the first
beginning,
time. But then like the middle of it, there was none.
Mm-hmm.
The last fucking episodes, the last like 7 minutes of it is just literally like tits and ass.
Yeah. They were like, we gotta make up.
It was like literally like they like literally sat down, and then it got to that part, and it was just, and like I just look over at like Eric and Ashley, and they're just like sitting in that chair watching it, and I'm like, I swear to fucking God, we're not watching pornography, because it was like literally like big old bouncing tits everywhere, and like upskirt kind of shot. It was bad, dude.
Oh no!
Fuck,
And then they went to the locker room, and I was like, Jesus God Almighty! What is it?
It's not getting better.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? There's 2 more minutes in this show. How is it getting worse?
He was like, don't look. Close your eyes. I'm gonna reel this back in a little bit.
There was a lot of tits in this.
In this one?
Yeah.
There was.
Not enough.
There was not enough. We were in
enough.
a hooker district, and there was not enough
Well,
tits.
I felt like there was
I feel
no
like this was
titties
realistic.
from the hooker district. It was from Nezuko and the
And the
three
wives.
3 wives, and
It was
and
the
also
and the main
lady.
demon.
Oh, and the main
and
demon.
demons.
The
She had a
main-
nice.
She
main
about to make a
demon
man
was
act
she
up.
She was hot.
She was wearing. I don't understand what was. It was nice though. It was like I didn't understand what clothes she was wearing by the end of it. Then she got like really buff and veiny. I didn't really like that part.
I was sad when she died. I'm like, oh no, but she's
You're
so hot.
sad. I was like, no, we could save her.
We can save.
Put her in a box.
Put her in a box.
We in the box.
She can be saved.
We have the technology.
Not yet. Oh, it makes me so sad.
Overall, I think the season also had the best characters. Like from the was it Hush?
The Hashira.
Yeah, I think he's so far one of my favorites.
You're not wrong. A lot of the other ones are just dicks.
Well, dicks
All
are
of
just
them are dicks.
their
I like
dicks are
I like
moody.
the guy with the beads.
He's
The big
Oh, the
guy?
guy that cries?
Not a dick.
Yeah, I like that guy.
He cries.
I like the
or
girl
something.
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
Wait, what,
which one?
The crazy girl?
The
The Hashira girl.
pink
Which
hair,
one?
The
pink
one with
hair.
the pink
Green
greenish
hair.
Oh,
Okay.
you like
Titty.
her?
She also has titties.
He is.
Yeah, that one.
See, I'm not a big fan of her.
Because
though,
Shinobu's best.
Shinobu
though.
so.
Shinobu's
Next season.
best.
Next season.
She's next season.
Well, they
she's,
all are.
She's in the promotional
Yeah.
picture.
Or, yeah.
It's,
She-
it's
I didn't
her
see it.
and what's his name?
The one chick and the
It's
blue-haired
the
one.
kid.
Snake guy.
something,
Snake, yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
Fuck
Snake
the
guy?
snake guy.
He's the
Huh?
Fuck the snake
Yeah,
guy.
fucking snake guy.
I thought it was what's his name? The
Was it,
the
weren't
other
they talking
quiet
about like a
movie dude.
12-year-old or something that's like
It's-
fucking
it's-
ascended like in 2 months?
I
or
know
some
it's
shit?
everybody basically.
It's all
but-
it's all the Hashira.
yeah. I'll look it up later.
Next arc is like their arc.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
The opening was a banger.
The opening was a bang. Good old Aimer.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of my favorites. I love her voice.
I don't remember the ending though.
No one did. I just remember Tilt. I'm like, it's
I remember Tilt.
over now.
Episode's over.
The tilt
I just remember that the house.
I gotta wait another
I'm
week.
like, damn it, it's
Ma-
over.
Imagine being a song that like it could be a great song, but the show is so tilting that all you remember is just like, damn, this song is bad
and
because I'm tilted.
then obviously it had the the episode 10 the credits roll on.
That shit was dope.
Yeah, I was like,
dude.
fuck. I always love when this happens.
When you have the extra like 3 minutes of animation.
When the ending changes. The episode was crazy.
It's like the first time I encountered it was in ReZero.
Oh yeah.
When Puck just like comes out of the fucking house.
Oh
yeah.
And kills
Freezes
the dude.
And it does the thing.
And it does the roll down. I was like, bro, this is beautiful, amazing.
One of the Fate Stay Night episodes does. Like the whole song changes.
I don't remember.
It's like one of the later episodes. Yeah, it's like it's like the same song, but they downshift it to like make it really sad sounding. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
Top tier.
Yeah, it's always great when they do that.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Yeah.
9.5 out of 10.
Oh.
9.8.
9.99. $10 million.
$10 million. I mean, this season was just good. It was just so good.
This season,
Nothing will beat it this year.
You're already. This is your hot take.
Is this your hot? Is this the hill you're gonna die?
I don't
think that's a hill that he would even die on.
No, it's not. It's gonna be very hard. Other than maybe like the one this very same season.
Watch our last episode where we talked about the awards.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's gonna be again Demon Slayer and
Attack on Titan.
Of course.
I think that's all the awards.
Is the Chainsaw Man?
That's this
season. Oh,
Spy X Family is also this year as well.
Yeah, but I don't think anything
they're not
is going to
make
touch
it.
that.
I think Chainsaw Man might.
Chainsaw
Man's going to get there.
Spy X Family, I think, is going to be amazing personally.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
But I don't think it's going to be like... It's going to be like Darling, where Darling's amazing, but there's going to be a whole bunch of
Darling
people...
in the Franks? Or?
No, My Dress Up Darling.
My Dress Up Darling.
Where a lot of people are going to love that show, but... There's that whole community of I'm 13 and I don't give a shit about people having romance.
Yeah.
AKA 90% of the anime community.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure a 13-year-old will appreciate the fan service of Dress Up Darling.
Yeah, but they probably would. But it's probably not in his mind after his awards. He'd be like, Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
Do you see him slice up person?
I should have watched that one last. So after watching two tilting shows.
You go
get the wholesome.
You get the little wholesome pick me up.
I'm like, yeah, this was funny. Yeah. But no, I started backwards. I'm gonna start with
the wholesome,
the wholesome,
and then
get depressed.
They hit the tilt.
I get the tilt, and then it just levels me out.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's so hard too. Just this season is just freaking balls to the wall. Like at least this one, for Demon Slayer, and then you also have just the end, the end of and not just the end of any show. It's the end of a show that is just.
The staple of fucking anime. It's over there.
Yeah, it's the
Attack on Titan.
When that first season came out, I remember it's around that time when that's the big boom. When Attack on Titan came out.
That was that big witch.
That was the big we're gonna start stepping into the mainstream. Mm-hmm. It was that time period.
Because I think it was Sword Art Online.
Yeah,
and then this one.
And Attack on Titan was just this stuff is crazy.
Their giant
cock on the world. Yeah. Everybody will watch this.
and it's crazy because it's such a titan.
Ow.
Pun intended. of the medium now.
Yeah.
And it's ending. Whether that ending's good or not, it doesn't matter. It's like Evangelion. Whether the ending was okay or you liked it.
This is the Evangelion of this
generation.
Yeah,
exactly. This is the end.
Yep.
And it's going to be so hard to find anything that beats it.
It's the end of an era.
Yeah. Even when you have this season of Demon Slayer that was just balls to the wall amazingness.
I do feel like we have so many shows now that are coming out that are shonens that are actually good and I think will stick for a long time.
Chainsaw Man.
I think besides Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, and then you have
Black Clover.
Black Clover's probably getting close to its end.
There's so many episodes.
I mean, Black Clover and Demon Slayer will probably end around the same time.
Yeah. I had one more in my head and then I forgot it. What a shame.
What a shame.
Because I don't remember everything that's in.
I'm looking at spring season right now.
Spring season looks stacked.
Oh, I forgot the season 2 of Shield Heroes. Next season.
Fuck. That's a different episode.
Yeah.
It's Shield Hero, Kaguya-sama, Spy X Family, Komi, and whatever. It's
Oh, that one.
I've read this manga.
That one looks really good too.
I read this manga too.
But yeah,
it looks stacked next
season. The next season does look stacked.
Yeah, that was like it was like Shinomi's not just a cutie, whatever it's
Yeah.
translated as. That one's pretty good too.
The only thing I can say right now is I'm trying to catch up on Love is War.
Oh,
because that's
before next season?
I'm just like, I gotta catch up. Here we go.
I've also read all that manga.
Love is War.
Yeah, I started reading, and then it came out on the show before too. So I was like,
See, he's just ahead of the game.
He's the manga.
well, it's just whatever's top on r/manga.
Yeah.
It's real easy.
I mean, I think
yeah.
I read a good chunk of Horimiya before it came out and stuff. But
I know you read Komi-san.
Yeah, he read Komi-san.
I dropped that pretty hard though.
Oh, did you?
When
It's
they
still-
when they, it was like I'm like there was just so many characters by the when I stopped.
That's the
and
point of
it. Was like
They said
it was
100
like,
friends.
but
so.
it was like
Could be worse. You could read that one or watch the one where she tries to have sex with 100 boys before.
what?
I watched that show.
one.
I watched that shit too.
What show?
Straight ass.
That sounds tilting, dude.
It's in the title. Like she's like something Baka H something.
oh, okay.
That sounds. Yeah, I didn't. I kind of just because like it was like
she wants to be a slut, but then she can't.
But that so she's a virgin and she's trying to find like
Oh,
she's trying to
We got
find
to
she wants to
HK.
have sex with 100 people, but she's like, oh, I'm gonna start off with like like a
Something easy.
like a normal Joe person, not like the hottest guy, and she just ends up falling in love with him.
yeah.
It's not wholesome. It's just weird.
Oh.
that sounds kind of
a little etchy.
Oh.
It's pretty edgy.
World's End Harem. I heard it's pretty good.
Oh, baby.
You guys want to watch that? We can watch that downstairs right now.
No, it's not.
He's like, not my house.
Not in my house.
We could do this.
We can blast.
It's like saying,
Set
and
it
right
up.
after we watch Interspecies Reviewers.
I also
Perfect.
that one was also like wow.
Wow.
I'm like, this
Good
is like,
Lord.
what am I watching with my cousin?
Porn.
Born.
Porn with your
I'm watching
cousin.
porn with my cousin. Weird.
He said,
It was just like black screen. It was like 90% black screen. Like we can't eat like you can't even see anything that's on.
I
screen.
hate that there's World's End Harem on Crunchyroll. I'm like, why would I even watch it here?
I know,
It's
right?
really heavily
no,
censored,
it's on Crunchyroll, so you learn to find it other places.
which is what I do. I mean, well, no, I don't.
Tonight.
What?
No.
What?
And this episode about one of the best shows this season.
One of the best shows this year. Anyway,
Probably, yeah.
thanks for watching. Well, you Demon Slayer
I don't
fans,
think that's a hot take.
welcome to our episode.
No.
Welcome to
About
the
top 10
podcast.
this year,
Thanks for
obviously,
watching.
easily.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for Cam for being here.
Yeah, I drove here just for this.
He did.
What a shame.
I live 2 minutes away too, so that's impressive. But
You could have walked.
yeah, I could have. I easily could have.
I mean, it takes like 25 minutes maybe.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for buying stickers.
Subscribe. We have Eamon Slayer stickers. Not
Eamon?
Demon Slayer. We have Eamon Slayer stickers.
We have 8-bit stickers.
And maybe one day
Winky face.
you'll post your anime
Every time I post it,
devil sticker.
it gets demonetized.
even with not using the
Yeah,
words.
Yeah,
Damn.
they just know.
Content ID.
They just know.
Find it on our eBay site
Site.
where they can't take it down.
Fuck you, Viz Media. Just kidding. No.
No, just kidding.
We love you. We'll buy
Love you.
We'll buy we'll buy the rights one day when we have money.
How black Blu-rays.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.
Bye.
Peace.